in the middle of the night. I'm JY on the JY channel, aka Blender Dumbass, on the Blender Dumbass channel. I need to talk with myself. Yeah, because my brother over there, he just cares about to eat, right? So that's why he wants to watch the movie and stuff. Alright, let's go. I'm trying to lose some weights. Look at me, I'm fat as fuck. Look at my ass. Fucking fat. Sorry for the quality of sound, but I didn't take my microphone with me because I'm fucking outside and stuff. But hopefully this camera doesn't suck. I mean, hopefully you can hear me and stuff. Alright, let's go. Where we go? Do we go there or there? That is the main street. I don't want to go there. Let's go here. Okay, what we're gonna talk about today? Let's talk about the journey of a filmmaker. That's the idea. I hope maybe I'm gonna edit this. Hope there's nobody in the park. Let's go to the park. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna edit this. Maybe it's gonna be cooler not to edit anything, because it's an amazing type of video not to edit anything, right? Alright, so somebody forgot his bike here. Look at this building. This is a cool building with a lot of, you know, a lot of very wealthy people are living in there. And this right here is a building for poor guys, the wealthy poor. This is the kind of neighborhood I'm living in. This shit is the Israeli swing. That maybe it's in some other places also, but I like it because this what gave me the love for the music when I was like 15 years old or something. See, I was in a Jewish school thing. It's called yeshiva. Because you know, when you're a kid, you don't have any choice about where you go to learn. So that happened, and there they heavily censor whatever you view or listen and stuff. You cannot watch any movie produced by Hollywood whatsoever. You just can't. See, I was a big movie enthusiast back then because I wanted to make movies since like the age of 0. Oh, let's go back. Oh, that's actually, you know what? See all of that? Why not just go really fast? It's gonna be really dangerous if a car comes by, but hopefully I can do it. So what happened? So what happened? I had a big when I was 13, I guess, right? The most famous. Oh my god! Somebody's here. So the most famous. Oh my freaky bugger. So the most famous director of all time that you can find was Steven Spielberg, and I had a reason to like him more than like James Cameron, for instance, because Steven Spielberg is a Jew, and I am a Jew, and I was learning in a Jewish school. What's happening here? I can't see cars and stuff. So I was learning in a Jewish school, and I need a reason to love movies. So the Steven Spielberg was kind of my reason. So I was telling them he made Schindler's List, and they're like, no, Schindler's List, it has naked women in it. And I was like, shit, you stupid asshole, you don't understand the intention of the scene. And they're like, no, the intention doesn't matter. If it has at least some like flash of the woman, we cannot see it. Like basically, if this is my leg, if I was a woman, I need to cover it until like here. A guy needs to cover it till here, because this is hairy and shit, and it's not even pretty and stuff, right? There's like rules for, like, well, let's say I'm now in the skinny pants, right? Or my red pants for the Blender Dumbass channel, they're skinny. I cannot use skinny if I'm a woman, because you can tell the shape of my thing, right? And if you can tell the shape, it means you can imagine how it looks naked. For, I don't know, maybe this is the reasoning. My God, what the fuck just happened? This guy turned off. I don't have light. You don't see me. I need to change location. So, and you cannot see this thing. I'm now like free. I'm feeling, yeah, it's much freer to be like non-religious. So, yeah, so they were having a big issue with Schindler's List, but I still like pushed them like, this guy's Jewish. He made Munich and stuff, and I didn't see Munich back then, but I knew it was about like Israeli and shit. So I had a reason to tell them it was Munich. That was the reason, and they were like, Munich, it has naked women in it. And I'm like, shit. And then I went home. I was like 13, right? And I watched Munich, and yeah, it had naked women in it. And Schindler's List, I watched Schindler's List, and hell yeah, it had naked women in it. Right, I didn't have any reason, but anyways, there was a movie that didn't have any naked women in it by Steven Spielberg. It's not related to Jews though. It was E.T., right? It's like PG rated or something. So what I did, I took a camera that I had back then, not this one. This one is a basic, relatively new. So I took a camera and I like pirated, like I had like the file of it on a computer. So I just shot like a scene of it to the camera, like the action scene in the end where, you know, the chase scene happens, because it was extremely cool. And I wanted to watch this again and again and again, kind of to learn the way that Steven Spielberg does it. And so I shot it on my camera, like from the screen, and I had it on the camera, because you cannot bring a computer to there. You cannot bring a phone. If they find a phone, they're gonna confiscate it for half a year. If they find a jeans, they're gonna confiscate it for eternity. They're gonna just burn it, I guess. There was a story of a girls' yeshiva, like it's called Bet Hana. So they had iPhones. They collected all the iPhones and made a video of how they break all the iPhones, because it helps like communicate with boys or some shit like this. Anyways, so I didn't had a phone, but I did have a camera. Camera was a good thing. I mean, you can take pictures and shit, right? And videos and shit, and nobody cares if the pictures and videos you take are kind of related to whatever you do in the school, right? So I had a camera, and that was a kind of a vessel, a thing to put shit on that I can like. So I could like shoot the video, or I could shoot the movie or a scene from a movie. And they found my camera, and they googled and they like looked through it, and they found the scene, and they're like, what is that, a movie? Get out of here. Right, they took the camera and they told me either I'm formatting all of it, or they not gonna return the camera. So yeah, that was kind of the struggle, but in the end I ended up making what was it? Yeah, I made an idea, like a pitch project almost. Like, why would you care about movies and shit, right? Because this guy, he knew, let's actually attempt the trick. I'm going really fast. So this guy knew. This guy, Steve, knew how to do effects and shit. And I wanted to make a movie full of effects, right? Because this is interesting. It's not like shooting people talk. This was a reason to kind of talk about him. And what my pitch was is making like the religious guys in space and stuff. And they're like, oh, it's future. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Let's kind of make it slower. Okay, let's go that direction. There are too much people over there. I cannot just talk to the camera. Alright. So they're like, So it's future, right? And they believe in this guy, like a messiah thing. They're gonna come and everything gonna be like a heaven. So there's no conflict, everybody likes everything. You like bread will be growing on the trees and shit, right? And I was like, all right, I get your point. You want to make a movie about like the future of that, but if you don't have a conflict, and I was 13 years old back then, if you don't have a conflict, it's not gonna work. Like, how the fuck you make a movie that's interesting without a problem to solve for the main character? Sorry, 10 minutes I'm recording. Hopefully the camera doesn't turn off. If the camera turned off, so yeah, I'm gonna go back home where I live. It's not that far away. So yeah, so this is the thing. So I just kind of tried to explain them, but they didn't listen. Anyway, I did kind of the preparation to maybe shoot it one day. There was a company, it's called Nitsotsochelk Dusha, right? It's a company based in Natsara Dalit. I'm now in Ramat Gan. It's like you can open a map and just look where it is. So I was living in Tzafat. It's like 2 hours from there, and they were shooting a movie in Tzafat because our school had a bunch of kids who were like interested in making shit like this, and I wasn't interested in their shit because I wanted to be my own shit. Like, their shit is not cool enough. And I actually ended up working with them once, like a CGI guy. They saw my reel. I mean, I made some like CG rooms and stuff for a movie that I wanted to shoot because I didn't have a budget to rent a house. I was a 14-year-old or something, right? And so the logical thing is to buy a bunch of green paper, glue it to like a wall that I have in my room, like call my friends, and all the backgrounds would be CG, right? Because this is the budget. Oh my fucking god! Oh, almost fell. All right, hope. Let's go that direction. It's more interesting over there than it's here. So I made the rooms and they were looking pretty good actually for a 14-year-old. So this would give me like a job in the studio, and I was like 15 working with them, and I made some backgrounds. So this because the reel was of a background, so I made some backgrounds. By then I already knew Blender more or less, like modeling wise, not like scripting wise, because it's a crazy beast of itself. Anyway, so what did I do? Fuck, I'm in a fucking... If I gotta go through that road, it's gonna be super dangerous. Let's do... Don't try this at home. I'm doing dangerous shit for the video. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I doing this? What is there? They're like building something. You see this abyss? Like a little kind of a crane shitty thingy? They're building something. Anyway, 13 minutes and 50 seconds. What was I talking about? You see, my brain is kind of a crazy fucking asshole. Because as soon as I talk about one thing and there is a detail, and I'm starting to talk about this detail, I don't stop. What is happening? Oh shitty fuck. What is happening? I see somebody swings there. Can you see it? Can you see a swinger? Somebody swings. Okay, let's go through. Shit, I want some speed, and here is a cool speed part. It's actually kind of dangerous, but I'm pretty good with having. Oh fuck! It's actually quite fast. I'll show you like how to stop with this thing. You just do like this, you know, like you're trying to make them not be like straight to one another. Not if that's gonna work. Anyway, so what you see just happened. I was trying to explain to you how my brain focuses on the details and starts focusing on the details of the details, so the main thought is completely gone, right? This is crazy, shitty bastard. I was trying to explain you this idea, and I kind of carried away into explaining you how to stop with the fucking rollers. How the fuck is this working? Oh, whoa. So basically, let me basically go to the base. Fucking Buddha. Alright. Oh shit, what am I talking about? So yeah, I made this idea about the CG like movie about future, so they could kind of produce with me. They didn't, because it was too serious, it was too big, and I'm maybe gonna do it. See, do you see the Valerian and the City of the Thousand Planets? This is the scope that I was hoping to do with like zero budget, because everything could be done in Blender. And I actually convinced the director of the school to give me one of their computers. Like, they had like a computer class with like stupid old software, and one of them was like the computers themselves were decent for that time. The software was complete shit. Why? Because they couldn't afford, like, they could afford the software, right? They could put Windows 7 and shit. They had Windows XP, because I think this is more familiar for them. I mean, they're old guys and stuff. And they had all the stupid old like Microsoft 3D games, like Midtown Madness and shit. Why? Because it was like the most zero naked women in that. They couldn't put Need for Speed, because they're like 3D representations of women that are slightly naked. Complete craziness, whatever. So, oh, what am I doing? 17 minutes I'm recording already. How long would this video take to upload? For fuck's sake. What was I talking? Yeah. So he gave me a computer for like, so I could make like the project happening, because he liked the idea of a future Jewish movie, right? So he gave me a computer, and so the first thing I did, I completely removed Windows and put, I believe it was Linux Mint, because I had a DVD of Linux Mint with me all the time for some reason. My dad is a Linux guy, so he was a Linux guy for a long time before it became kind of a mainstream thing today. Right? It was like, he's a hardcore nerd, but he's also a religious guy. It's kind of weird how he's a nerd religious guy. So I became a nerd because of him. And the Linux was a cool thing because, you know, Blender for Linux is faster than for Windows, and we couldn't afford a cool computer, so, you know, any boost of speed you can have, you must have. But also Linux have all the, you know, you see, I'm carried away too far. Fuck. Okay, so he gave me a computer and I installed the Linux on it, and I installed Blender on it, and I couldn't do anything with the internet, so I couldn't use apt-get install. I had to use the Debian packages to do all of that shit. So I learned a bunch of shit about computing. I even wrote a little Python script that emulates kind of, it was like a program that kind of makes you believe that I connected to some Wi-Fi's, because it was such a bad thing to do in the school. Like, you connected to Wi-Fi, you can now access like internet, and in internet you can find a picture of a naked woman. So yeah, so I did like this joke software that, you know, I'm kind of running. It has like a lot of, you know, import time things, like waiting, and then prints a bunch of shit. So yeah, and then I showed it to like you know, one of the teachers in the school, and he was like, no, you connected to the internet, you must be like, and then I explained it that it was a joke thing. Anyway, whoa, my god, fucker, bibbidi bibbidi. All right, so then I started working on it, and I actually have a video. I think it's on this channel. No way. I actually don't know where it is. Probably you can look for it. If it's not here somewhere, it's called Space Habad or Cosmo Habad. It's like the first couple of seconds of the video, like a 30-second clip of me actually animating shit. There was a character, a rigged character that was breathing and staring. There was an alien. There was no human characters. It was too hard for me to do, and I was like making excuses to do it later and later. So yeah, 21 minutes. Maybe I need to go back. I'm too fat. Let me make another. No, let's actually go back. So yeah, this is the beginning of the journey. Maybe I'm gonna make it in the next video. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Blender Dumbass, and share the video with the red thumbnail on my channel or on Blender Dumbass's channel. Upload it to your own channel because I want to make a real movie. So yeah, please help it. Okay, let's there's another person coming. I need to kind of go home already for sake of a shitty pass. Let's do it. Not enough space, motherfuck. Okay, bye-bye, motherfuckers. I mean, how do I need to do a bye-bye on this channel? I don't know. Fuck it, whatever.